Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? Welcome back to Planmas Day 22. We are not close to done. I don't know why I said I'm going all the way until January 1st, but here we are. We're here. We are here for the week of June the 23rd until the 29th, officially under 6 months now behind in my planner, which actually I've been avoiding pulling the next week, which is June 30th until July the 6th, because I honestly, it's such a busy week. It was my vacation week and there was a lot going on every single day. But for this week, I always find June a very, very hard month to do kits for. I struggle with it. Anyway, what I was trying to do here was I was trying to go back and find the week that I did a full green spread. It was 2024. I did that 2024. So I will link that in the iCards because it's probably one of the cooler videos that I did. But I am trying to figure out what I wanted to do here because I did not use a kit. I kind of used a kit. I guess it's a bit cheating to say I didn't use a kit. The Prairie Planner had these cute little mini kits. I don't even know if they're in her shop, but they're in different colorways. So I was like, okay, I am going to pull in these colorways and have these kits. So I have a lot of kits. I have a lot of colorways. It's beautiful. But then I never know what kits to do for June. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a sunshine kit. Let's do yellow. And I never pull in my yellow washi the way that I am for this. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's have some fun. So this voiceover is 15 minutes, 14 minutes and 18 seconds. This video that I have sped up for you. Between the time off camera, filling in the spread, which I don't know about you, it's my least favorite part, but also laying down the washi to create each full box. Again, I love doing it. It is fun. I am glad to be able to do it. This full thing, had I filmed the full thing start to finish, would have been I started at like when I was filming 7:30, 7:45. I did not finish this whole entire process at 9:30, 9:32 actually. It took a really, really, really long time. However, I love this. It's really cool. It was a great way to use my washi. And, let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in, because ultimately I love doing what you guys tell me to do because it means one less decision for me. Anyway, the washi that I pulled in is some of the original OG Simply Gilded washi. So the very, very vibrant bottom washi that you will see, and it's like highlighter yellow, neon yellow. That's like one of the first multi-kits that she released. And then the soft baby yellow is her candy. That is the first like multi-kit that she released. The polka dots was years ago. I think I want to say 2018 or 2019. That's when I really got into the polka dots, and she released a whole bunch of them. And you will all see this. I promise you will see this. There we go. And then the little, 7.5 millimeter washi with all the speckles on it. I don't know when it was actually released, but the main one that everyone lost their mind over was Blurple, the blue purple one. Let me know in the comments down below if you've been in the community long enough to remember the Blurple, everybody trying to get the Blurple on for Simply Gilded. So as you can see, I just took a little bit of time here so that I could pull in. Now it does look like I'm using different foils on the washi. I kind of am. I'm using a silver hollow, which is on the neon yellow. Excuse me, sorry. And silver. So it's all in the same silver vein. There's one present that I have laid down on Wednesday, and it's yellow, it's gold foil. And I'm just, honestly, while I'm here with you guys, I'm going to see if I have it in silver foil. It's a bit killing me. It's a bit killing me that it is not in silver foil, and everything else is in silver foil for this spread. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't have silver foil. That was the whole point of this. Okay. Shoot. Is that silver? But I wanted gifts. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. So as you can see here, what I was trying to do was I was trying to get all the days, and then like make the full boxes with the washi. And I did leave in this bit. Normally I definitely speed through it because it takes a really, really, really long time to do. But I thought I would show you the process of how I do this and how I cut it and all of that jazz. Which apparently I didn't think that I clipped it, but here we go. Anyway, I moved into the sidebar. The mini kit had the full sidebar, which was really nice. So it did have a wonderful this week. And then it had the 2 habit trackers I'm currently reading and a tons of other stuff. But the one that I use is the Monday through Sunday, just to note my meals. So on Monday, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. icon to note that it was the hottest day ever. And I was melting in a heat wave. Then I had a shower. I shower far more than I work on my planner. I'm not sure what my rhyme or rationale is when I mark it the way that I mark it, but like I do mark it sometimes. I think it's when I do an everything shower. This is what I've come to. Like I shower every day, or at least like nearly every day, like definitely body showers, but an everything shower, I definitely don't do it that often. So, that's more of like a once a week thing. Daycare drop off, stick with the Plan Co. Item. And then I was nervous to drive to work on this day. I was driving by myself. I was just brand new. And then I worked in office, so I just used the squish from Fox and Cactus for that. Then I drove home. I was feeling a little bit more confident. It was nice. It was sunny. It was easy. My big kid was going through some really like intensive stuff, so it was really exciting that he went to the toilet. I pulled stickers, and that is from Magical Sticker Co. Excuse me. Then I have an icon from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. and I got Happy Meal from Dash of Some Designs. On Tuesday, I did daycare drop off, and I marked that again with Stick with the Plan Co. Then I drove to work, a bit nervous about driving to work, but we're getting used to it. Then I worked in office, again, same, Fox and Cactus marked that, and it was hot. So I pulled in this sheet from the Coffee Monsters Co. just to note that it was like a very, very, very hot day. Then we will get into it, but I drove home from work. And as I was driving home, there was like one very brief 5-minute downpour. I was stopped at a red light and a car hydroplaned into me. There was no damage to my car. There was no damage to her car. Both of us were fine. But it was like, oh, wow, this is my second week driving by myself. And I got rear-ended. And like literally not even a half a kilometer away from my home. My biggest, though, was really successful. Really had a successful time on the toilet. Very proud of him. But for some reason, our neighbors blasted music all night. Like, until I called the cops on them. And I called 3 times because they did nothing. Finally, the cops showed up at 2 a.m. My husband got home from work at 1. Like, it was awful. It was awful. Got no sleep. So on Wednesday, I worked from home. I watered my garden. And those 2 icons are from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. And I was just exhausted. So I noted that with the sleepy squish. And then I did teacher gifts on this day, which is where you'll see I pulled in that stupid gold box that is going to enrage me. But I don't have undo. I can't lift it up without tearing the sheet. In the afternoon, I went to Sobeys very quickly just to pick up a couple of things. And then my kids played outside in the backyard. So I just used the Stick with the Plan Co. icon. And then again, my big guy used the toilet, and I just realized here that we were officially like not potty training anymore. Like he got it. This was it. This was the week. So it was a really big deal for us in our household. Then I worked some flex hours in the evening, and I just used the leather Fox and Cactus icon for that. I was really grumpy about it, but it's fine. Then on Thursday, which you guys will see in a short second, on Thursday, I used a Fox and Cactus squish to note that I water my herbs in the morning, which is different than watering my garden, I will say, because my herbs are out front and I always forget to water them, and my garden is in the back. I worked from home on this day, and I just used a Sweet Tea Sticker Co. icon to note that. And then, when you're potty training, there is lots of poopy laundry, and I had 2 potty training, so I just washed it all on this day. And thank goodness that Jade from Stick with a Plan Co. understands that, because there's a sticker for that. Then I just pulled stickers. I just brought in the script. I thought, the thing is, I feel like the script speaks for itself. I don't need to add a little, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to add a little icon to note that. Then it was my son's kindergrad on this day, and I didn't really know how to mark that, so I just filled in a Coffee Monsters code to mark that, and then I packed, because I was going away for a week, 10 days, up to my cottage, which was so fun, and I worked some OT in the evening. Then on Friday, I was just so exhausted. The OT, 2 hours up until 11 p.m. It was killer. I did daycare drop off on this day, and I was just trying to use up a big emoji for that. And then I drove to the bank and to Walmart in the morning. It was a busy morning. I went for a manicure, and I just pulled in a leftover sticker from Dash of Sun for that. I finished packing on this day, and then most importantly, I used a paper and milk Murray to note that I drove to Muskoka. My husband gave me a lot of pointers. It was the first real highway driving, but it was really cool that I was able to do that. On Saturday was a bit busier. We started off our morning by going to the beach, and then I learned how to hang a flag on a flagpole, because we had one at our cottage and we got one. So I thought it was cool. Then I did drawing with the boys, and I noted that with a Stick with the Plan Co. and another squish from Fox and Cactus to note that I literally chopped wood and I stacked wood on this day. Then I placed an order at Indigo for Phantasma and Enchantra. Great books, fantastic books. Really love them. I had a really nice nap on this day. I was trying to get my son to nap, and I just ended up falling asleep with him on a lot of days, so it was nice to get that nap. We went for a quick little boat ride on this day, which is a Sweet Tea Sticker Co. icon. I swam in the afternoon, and we had a gigantic 6-foot flamingo floaty, so bringing that icon in was pretty fun. And then I used a Stick with a Plan Co. I'm Not Tired, just to note that we had a nonsense bedtime, which was the theme for the entire upcoming week, by the way. We slept in until 6 on this day, which was pretty exciting. And my little guy and I went swimming for a solid hour. I got to use that cool unicorn floaty because we have one that looks like that too. And then we went for a really long boat ride. And the purpose of the boat ride was to go to this store up by our cottage for ice cream. It's annual summer tradition. It's a lot of fun. We had a great time. And then it was still insanely hot on this day, perfect for being up at the cottage. And in the evening, we went over to my uncle's. He has a cottage on the same island. We went over for drinks at sunset, which was so fun. Most of the family was over. And then that evening, after the kids went to bed and after dinner, my sister and her partner and I played Settlers of Catan for hours. And that was my entire week. And I can't get my sizing right, but I love this. I hope you liked it too. And I can't wait to see you in the next